Right guys, Dan Hendriksen here. We have just done course vlog at Yelverton this week, and we had Craig Passmore on the channel, and you will have seen him playing a little bit of golf with us in the foursomes this last week. So I thought I'd just do a little get together with Craig as well to see what he uses in his golf bag. Let's go and have a little look at Craig and see what he's got. Craigie.
Dan, you alright?
How are we?
I'm brilliant, how are you?
How did you enjoy it then?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, you enjoy it out there?
Yeah, lovely condition, and we got lovely weather for it as well.
We did, mate, we did. Right, let's have a little look in your golf bag, because everybody likes to hear what we're all using. So, should we start off with your wedges? What have you got in there with the wedges side of things?
So, with my wedges, I've got, first off, 58 SM7. They're all SM7s.
Yeah.
Different ones have different grinds and bounces.
Okay.
I've been fitted for these now, so this is a 58 with 8 degrees of bounce in the M grind.
Yeah.
I've got a 54 which is 10 degrees bounce in the S grind, and then my 50 and my 46 are both in the F grind.
Yeah.
All SM7, but my 46 is a 10 degree and my 50 is 8.
So you use a 46 degree wedge from like a specialist wedge, you don't use a wedge from the set?
Yeah.
And what's the main reason for doing that?
The main reason for that is when I had a wedge in a set, it just didn't fit properly.
Right.
My gapping was a little bit too out between my wedge and my 50 degree.
Yeah.
Whereas now with the 46, it evens the gap out a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like I could maneuver a 9 a little bit more as such instead of a normal wedge.
Okay.
It just found it easier to...
So you just felt a little bit more comfortable with that wedge? Do you prefer the look of it as well?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you prefer the look of that wedge over, let's say, the set wedge? Yeah,
definitely. I've always been a person, well, as I've got 4 wedges already, I'm a person that really likes wedges. Yeah. And it just seemed to suit my eye a lot better than the normal wedge.
Okay, and shafts. What shafts have you got in those wedges? All the same?
Yes, they're Modus Pro. Modus 3, they are a stiff, sorry, they're an X.
They're X in those,
X 120, and then as I move down to my 46, it changes a little bit. Right. So these now go into X, and now they're 130. So
they just go up in weight a little bit as you come up through, but all of those showing X. And again, that was purely based on the fitting?
Yeah, that was all of my fitting. We tried out, I think it was about 4 or 5 shafts in the end. Yeah. And these seem to come out best. I had less variance with my with the shaping in the air. They seem to go the straightest out of all of them. Right. And it's the one that I felt most comfortable over.
And are you hitting wedges flat out, or are you sort of, do you prefer to hit them easy?
I'm more of like an easy wedge kind of guy. So say if I'm in between clubs, I'll always go one more and just try to knock it down. Okay, that's good.
Right, irons then. What irons have we got in this golf bag?
So irons from 9 to 3 iron. I've got Titleist CBs.
Right. And they are the 620s, so they're the most current set of CBs that you've got in there, aren't they?
They're forged. Yeah. With this as well, it's the Modus Tip X with my 3 iron. That's the only difference compared to the rest of my irons, where they're just X.
Right, when you say Tip X, so what they've done, Tip X, we're not Tip Xing. So when you say Tip X, you mean that they've tipped the top of it to stiffen it up a little bit more? Yep, so the difference with that is just from about, it's more like about 1/4 of a shaft, 1/5 of a shaft, just becomes a little bit stiffer to the rest, just so then it stops the wiggling. So you feel that you've got a little bit more control over it from that. And again, was that your decision, or was that a fitting side of things? It was a bit of both. We tried both the normal one as well as the tip. Yeah. But this one came out better for me, and it felt a lot better. Yeah. I think with fittings, most importantly, is as well as it might be the right club for you, you've got to make sure that club feels nice for you. That's one of the most important parts. And where are you getting fitted for this? I mean, who's got the tip stiff cut up the top there? Where have you gone for that fitting? I went up to Titleist. So you went direct with Titleist? Yeah. Okay, so they've got a few extra toys up there that you can have a little play with. Yeah, just a few. Yeah. Okay, and then, so you go from irons, you go up to, you carry your 3 iron, and then you've got a 2 iron I see in there. Yep, so at the moment, this is 15 clubs in the bag. I know it's not legal. Okay. That's all right. But you carry a couple of extras, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah. This is a 2-iron U500.
So that's the newest one again on the market. That's the newest one again,
yeah. In this I've got a Hazardous Smoke 6.5 low spinning shaft.
Right, okay. So again, 6.5, that's pretty stiff.
Yeah.
So that's quite a, you know. What are you using that for? I mean, you say you've got 15 clubs in the bag. When are you, like, at what stage are you starting to take clubs out? What are you sort of thinking about?
It all depends on the course for me. So generally, if I'm going to play somewhere like a links course, you want more longer irons, as I feel like that's an easier choice to make. Because you do need to hit the ball a lot lower, so I feel like the longer irons off the tee can help a lot. So when it comes down to it, if I do use all the irons and the 3-wood in the bag, I tend to take out my 58 because I feel like I can adjust the 54 a little bit more to use.
Right.
And then generally a lot of the time what happens is I take my 3-iron out and then have the 4 wedges in the bag.
Yeah, so those are really the 2 clubs that come out of the bag at any one time. So the 2-iron generally always stays? 2-iron always stays. I feel like it's just a very good way of getting the ball in play. I do tend to use it quite often off the tee. Okay.
I don't really use it on the floor, off the deck. I kind of only off the tee, as it's sort of made for that reason. What about then woods then? What have you got here? You've got... So, I've got a Titleist TS3. This is a 13.5 degree.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
A1.
A1 setting?
Yeah.
Okay,
which is
so that's
standard
setting.
Yeah.
So 13.5, again, what have you, so a normal one would be, let's say 15 degrees.
Yeah.
What's the sort of 13.5? What's your thought process there?
So with this, again, it's more depending on links or the type of course I'm playing. So say if we go and play a links course, I feel like 13.5 will keep it lower. And then I can have a more penetrating ball flight. Whereas if I'm going to play somewhere like Torquay, for example, or Parkland, I will loft it up and use it as a normal club. You do play around with the lofts on it a little bit. Yeah, definitely. And that's the beauty of the modern tech, isn't it? That you can sort of adjust it when you need to adjust it and things like that. Now you've got a little sleeve up the top here as well, a little weight port. Do you mess about with that at all? I don't mess about with it as such because it's what I feel is right. I've been fitted for it and the guys up there know what they're doing. You trust what they've put in there for you. Okay. Okay, and then driver. Driver, I have got again a Titleist TS3. It's set on D1. Okay, D1, so slightly lower lofted. Slightly lower lofted. 0.75 down in the loft. Yep, so it's now 8.75. Right, okay, again, the weights are, I don't adjust them. No, you keep them the same. For me. And I've got a tensile shaft, 60 gram, so quite light considering. And also, again, this one's a Tip X. And what is the idea of going slightly lighter in the driver for you? What do you feel like you gain? I've definitely got a lot more control over the club. I feel like I know where the club is at every point in the backswing. I've had problems previous with drivers that are too heavy. With that, I just lost a bit of control. I didn't really know where the head was, whereas with this now, it's quite light. I generally know where it is. So it's a feel thing more than anything else? Yeah, I'm more of a feel player. I feel like I tend to just react to what you're feeling within the club. That's fine. So interestingly, you've gone Hazardous Smoke in the long iron, Hazardous Smoke in 3-wood, but then moving then to something slightly different in the driver. That was again something discussed at Titleist with you? Yes, we tried both. This one was a little bit better because I have, when I'm gaming, like in the actual competitions, tournament mode, I tend to come a little bit down on it. So I try, it's usually about 1 degree down and then hitting like a little steep cut, as I just find it gets me in play more often. Okay, what about putter then? Putter, this took a while. Did it? This one, to find the right one? Yeah, it took a while to find the right one. So I've gone for a Scotty Cameron Phantom X 5.5. Okay, they're beautiful, aren't they? Oh, absolutely stunning. And that's lovely. Basically, it's just Justin Thomas. That's kind of his. Funny you say that because that's the reason I got it. Oh, is it? Are you a bit of a fan of him? Are you? Yeah, I seen that he had the similar shape putter. His is the older version. Yes. And I actually seen it in your pro shop. I seen this one in the pro shop, and I liked the look of it. So I went up and tried it when I got my fit in. and it actually worked out to be the best putter for me.
And length of putter?
34.
34. So have you moved around with the weights in that in the head at all, or have you kept the weights? So they should be 15s.
The weights the same. Yep, both 15s.
Yeah. Okay.
I just felt like it was a good weight because I grip quite lightly on my putter.
Yeah.
So it was enough weight for me.
And you've got the standard grip on there?
Yep. Yeah, I got the standard grip.
I do like this little bit at the end. That's something really quite nice to hold on to.
That's what changed my decision for this. I liked the grip because when I'm a right below left, and I felt like it just had a lot more control at the top of my hand, and then it's just very smooth.
I absolutely agree with that. I do like that new grip that they brought that out.
Yeah, for sure.
Lovely. Right then, the last thing couple of things that people would like to know about is like things like, what golf ball do you use?
Golf balls, so I currently am using, and I will stay using, is the, when I can find it.
Yeah, it's dig. You only carry a couple then, if you've got if you're digging that deep.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Superstitions that I use
as
well. Yeah.
What's that?
Quite superstitious with stuff like this.
Were you like number 2s?
Number 2s are my favourite.
Number 2s?
I tend to use 2s. I tend to only have about 6 golf balls in my bag at a time.
Well, if you've lost 6, it's game over in the tournament. Yeah. So you may as well go.
Yeah, exactly. But I use Titleist Pro V1Xs. Okay. So you're saying about the number 2?
Yeah. Well, I saw it as you dragged it out of the bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that all about? What's the number 2 about?
So what I tend to do when I mark my ball is I put a little line next to the 2 to make it a 12, because 12 is my favourite number, and it was my number when I played football. So
why don't you just order number 12s? Surely that look at your golf bag. It's full Titleist.
Yeah.
Surely Titleist would let you have a number 12 golf ball.
We'll have to find out.
Special play numbers, that's what maybe. Special play numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a Bushnell hanging off the side of that bag as well.
So this is a Bushnell V4, Tour V4.
Yeah.
I've had this for a while now, actually.
You prefer a Bushnell over, let's say, a GPS?
Yes, I just feel it's more accurate. So people say with GPSs that they see everything, and Bushnells you can only see what's in front of you.
Yeah.
But the thing that I find is I'll use it off the tee to see what trouble's there, say if there's a bunker or there's a tree that you want to hit it to, get it round. I feel like Bushnells are just perfect for that.
So there you go, there's a little insight into what Craig is using in his golf bag. Now you'll notice there that is all Titleist. Now Craig, England International, played lots of massive international golf over the last sort of couple of years, playing off a handicap of +2. He contacted Titleist when obviously started to get his name out there a little bit in amongst the sort of amateur golfing ranks, and they sort of looked after him a little bit in the process of getting him set up into golf clubs. So that's why you're seeing him using all Titleist kit there for Craig. But again, a very, very interesting process that Craig's gone through. Lots of what I'm seeing from better players, sort of low handicap golfers or even pros, they're making their decisions based off feel. They don't really care what's kind of written on the club or whatever. They're just going based on the feel that they get from that particular club, and obviously taking it out to the golf course, putting it into tournaments, things like that. Only sort of gives them more confidence as they move forward. Let me know, put your comments down below. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Are you using any of the products that Craig is using? I'd like to hear if you've been through a similar type of process that he's gone through there. All your comments down there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and as always, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon.